Hey there, welcome back. We're glad you joined us again. We are still here at Spirit Fest
Still
USA,
here. We're not
Dulles. We're not going anywhere. You are stuck with us. No, we really appreciate you sticking with us as we broadcast live from Spirit Fest USA in the Dulles Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia. Now we have someone very special with us today. She's from Ascending Dawn Doula. Her name is Jenny. And I love what you have on your cards. It's transforming paths, empowering journeys.
Yes.
Good Lord, that's a lot to live up to.
I know, right? That's an easy job, you know.
It is. It's a lot, though. But it's also very, fills my heart.
Yeah, I can
Fills my
imagine.
heart.
That's perfect.
And that's honestly, that's what we found. Everyone that we've talked to, it does. It comes from the heart. It fills the heart, everything that they're doing. So
Exactly.
I'm glad to hear you are exactly the same. Now, on the back of your card, it says you do hypnotherapy. You're a QHHT, SEH, and, certified hypnotherapist.
Hypnotherapist, yes.
You do intuitive readings, Reiki, and end-of-life doula.
Yes.
That stuff together is a little much, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm thinking kind of slacker here.
wait, you or me?
Oh,
No.
wow. That was his app.
So in your free time, you come to
Yes.
Spirit Fairs.
Right.
Yes.
So then what do you do, Ascending Dawn Doula? What is, I know that I just mentioned everything that you do,
Yeah.
but what's your calling?
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack with that question, okay?
Okay.
So I went to see a shaman,
Okay.
and I sat down with her a couple years ago, and she said, so what do you want to do in this life? And she said, before you answer that, I was like, okay. She's like, please do not tell me that you want to help people. And I'm like, but I was literally about to say I want to help people.
Right.
And she helped me actually clarify that because I had all of these different modalities. My background's 18 years in corporate recruiting. Never imagined myself to be in that world. I am an introvert by trade, but the universe said, no, we're going to have you socialize and work with people one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I progressed in all these different modalities. And she said, well, the one thing that connects all of these different modalities is you're helping people with transformative times, with milestones, with empty nesting, because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
With spiritual awakenings, because I've been there, done that. We're all continuing to evolve and grow. With relationships, with the different dynamics of relationships, with energy healing, with the chakra. She's like, you're not helping people, so stop that. Okay.
Be selfish, damn it.
Yes. She's basically said that I'm helping folks during those transformative times in their world. And I'm like, that's it. That's the connecting piece with astrology, numerology, intuitive readings, hypnotherapy, past life regressions. Oh my gosh.
So you mentioned something that I have never heard people talk about as far as helping transitions. Empty nesters.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear about it and you hear
Yeah.
it's sad, and we've already decided our daughter's never leaving us.
Nope. We got
she didn't even hear
My
us say
mom.
that.
We got
Ever. When she was 5, we somehow were talking about college, and she said, "Mom, will you move in with me?" I said, "Yes." Didn't even think about it. Will you move in? Yes. So I made that decision, and so I'm sorry, kiddo. I told
You're
you when
stuck.
you were 5. I'm moving in with you.
we got the
As she's looking to the left and yet looking up and smiling and going, yeah, Mom.
no, we have the chains in the basements already to go, so we're good.
It's fully furnished.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got a bathroom.
I mean, I made a promise.
You're good.
Yeah.
I cannot break my promise.
The chains go at least 10 feet, so you'll be good. You can walk around,
So fun. So fun.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a big thing when you're going through that part of your life. A lot of us, especially moms and dads too, I've watched my husband go through this.
Mhm.
And we're high school sweethearts. We met in choir class. He was the cute, funny guy, and I was the, bigger chested, brown haired chick. And I laughed at all his jokes. And long story there. But as empty nesters, we kind of saw it differently. So he was like, yeah, party on. We're going to have a house. I can walk around naked. I'm good. And I'm like, but my baby's one's already up and out and the other's going to college. And I'm like, what do I do with my time?
Yeah. I mean, you as a mom,
What
you become this mom, and that's kind of
Yeah.
who you are.
Absolutely.
Even you can take the kid to the doctor, they call you mom. It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But what I found was actually it's not there is some grieving that goes with that.
Mhm.
Naturally, there's grieving. But there's also extra time you get back. So there's things that you did not have time for, because we do invest mind, body, soul into our children,
Yeah.
our children's upbringing,
Yeah.
right? Their mind, body, soul,
Mhm.
everything. you get your time back. And it's like, what do I do? And I don't want to be bored.
You know what you do?
Right?
You
Party it up.
Sleep.
party up, walk around naked all day long. Yeah.
That does happen. That does happen. There are times, I will admit, my daughter comes home from college, and my husband, we
I
love.
gotta put clothes
Yeah, well,
on.
that's what happens. That's what happens. And we have to shut the bedroom door,
Uh,
right? Because
yeah.
normally the bedroom door is open. We have 3 cats now. If we close the door, the cats go scratching, right? So
Right.
when she comes home, we got to close the door, be a little bit more,
Yeah.
Modest.
Parental.
perfect word, parental. Yes. And of course, she's like, "You guys do that while I'm not here?" Yeah.
Ew,
They got a
no.
whole different life, man. Whole different life.
How do you think you got here, honey?
Yeah.
So now, what are some of the more kind of fun transformations that you help people with?
Ooh. All right. Fun. That's a great question. That's a great question. So let me start with the past life regressions.
Okay.
So there are many people who are interested in past lives and how many lives have I had on planet Earth? And there are people that go incredibly magical and metaphysical, and they go, well, how many lifetimes have I had in the Pleiades, right? They can get really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say those are some of the most interesting and fun ones because they're just interested enough to step into it without any type of expectation.
Mm-hmm.
And so what comes out is just phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal. We've had people with witch wounds. They're like, I always kind of knew that I was like a holistic practitioner, like in Scotland or Ireland, and I don't know why I have all these things inside of me, and why do I have some of these phobias? There was one woman that had a phobia of the water. Well, we found out why she had a phobia of the water. But what's important is that this life is the most important. You get to gather all this data, which is really, really fascinating, and bring it into this world and find out why does this one thing holding me back?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I really focused on this area? What's calling my name? What's my mission? What's my purpose? It's amazing.
Right.
So I'm going to say fun, but just eye-opening.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So can that help with phobias of like going to work? Why are you laughing?
Phobias of putting your clothes in the laundry basket.
Oh, well, yeah, good luck with that. You're still close, whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was killed loading the dishwasher in my past life, so I can't do it now these days.
Oh my gosh. No, but in your case, we would take a look into your birth chart. So
Oh,
let's take the hypnotherapy out of it and let's look at your birth chart. Let's take a look at your midheaven. Where your midheaven falls is typically the 10th house, sometimes the 9th, sometimes the 11th, depending on, and I'm speaking woo here, and I might lose
Very
it. I'm so
woo.
sorry. I try to bring it down, right?
Yeah.
I still get lost in it.
No,
Never ever stop learning
we
astrology.
live firmly in the loop and the
we
woo.
do. Yes.
Rock on.
Did I say
we
Lou?
look- you did
I-
say Lou.
That was totally
and
Freudian.
some- Sometimes,
that's your
you know,
European
yeah.
coming out, right? Yeah, so we can
European
explore the
to the
past
touch.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got it.
Love it.
Exactly. But we would look at your midheaven, your career, what you're supposed to be doing in this life, what's calling your name. So back to the job. If you're not digging it, man, let's take a look. Now, I like this. You're doing this. This is a part of your career. You're supposed to put
Yes.
out awareness and open channels and doors of opportunity, right? And
Yes.
that takes passion and courage and networking capabilities.
Yes.
Not a lot of us in this community have that. We're introverts. We're shy. We're like, I want to help. You're not supposed to say help, right? I
Right.
want to help, but I want to be in my bubble, right?
Right.
You're out here actually connecting.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, actually, because I think this time around, we talked about it a lot on the show. This time around, we are here to be messengers. We're here to be connectors. That's a better way
Yes.
to say it, because we're connecting people like you who have these special skills and abilities to help. Sorry, we don't want to say help, but to be of service to humanity.
Be accessible
Yeah.
to humanity.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And it is a calling. We are called to do this.
Mhm.
It's just we just need to find a way to make it be sustainable.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because we feel this is the direction we're heading in. So
Absolutely.
from your mouth to the universe's ears, or whatever.
100%. Let's manifest that.
Yes.
It's happening.
Definitely.
Right now.
Yes. So then, if someone comes to you, you've got all these different tool sets that you can reach into. What makes you decide? Okay, with you, I'm going to do astrology, or I'm
Great
going to do
question.
doula stuff. Like what?
Great
Doula
question.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a technical term.
Well, the doula stuff, let's clarify that though, also, and we'll come back to that question if you don't mind. The
Of
doula
course.
stuff is the end of life transition. That's the final destination.
You know what you're doing.
So,
with
so if you're coming
Right.
to me for that,
I
we
guess
know
that-
where
that-
you're at in your life.
I guess
and
that'd be
your
pretty
journey.
obvious, yeah.
Just a
Okay.
little bit obvious.
All
A
right.
little bit obvious.
No, but I mean, you kind of doula the empty nesters too, right? So,
Spark
Yeah.
light bulb just popped up.
There
Yes,
you go.
sir. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So with meeting people, I like to meet them exactly where they're at. There's lots of people that do what I do, right? We're here at a wonderful show with lots of really great energy, lots of psychics, but P.S. we're all psychic. Every single one in this room is psychic, whether they want to say it or not. Lots of really good energy. The people that come to me are guided.
Did you say psychic or psycho?
Psychic.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clarify because I saw a bunch of those.
I mean, there might be some double dippers.
Sorry.
Could
Go
be.
ahead.
No, actually. We won't say that out loud, but yeah, but that's actually it's feeling of the energy is important. You can figure it out really easily, right? Who's the psychic and who's the psycho?
Right.
And the psychos, you kind of just bubble yourself up with energetic protection, and you shake your head and you smile, and then you walk away. That's it. Return the energy back to
So
center.
you turn the corner and then you run.
A little bit. Sometimes. Always return the energy back to center because it's not yours to take.
Sure.
But meeting people where they're at. So say, for instance, when someone's coming to my table, they might be coming to me for a reading because they've had a relationship and they're curious about whether or not this relationship is something that they should be holding on to or something they should be closing the door on. The thing is, I'm not here to give that answer. I'm here for you to connect with your team. And the team is coming in through me and through you and through the cards. And the answers are there. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
And then there are others that are simply interested in, hey, you do past life regressions. Can I connect with you? Let's schedule that because they're interested in why do I have this anxiety? This is unexplained anxiety. Or why is this tennis elbow always bothering me? But they don't play tennis.
Right.
They don't sleep the wrong way. Not that I'm a medical person. I'm not a medical.
Yep. No, disclaimer.
Not yet. Please, disclaimer, not medical. I did go to school to become a nurse. I quickly decided, I'm sorry, I love you nurses and doctors. I don't touch people. I can't. I'm a highly sensitive person.
Which is why you do Reiki. You don't touch people with Reiki.
I do not.
Right.
It's hands off.
Yeah.
It's hands off. And that's great. I love all of the medical folks out there.
Right.
That was not my jam.
Yeah.
Well, that dashes all my hopes for a
plus
hug
the
at the end of
guts.
this interview. All right. So then you intuitively know what someone's going to need to do. And obviously, you do QHHT, which is in person, but do you do things remotely as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Great question. So with QHHT, that's pretty well known quantum healing hypnosis technique. It takes about 4 to 5 hours. You're really only supposed to do it in person, one session a day. They don't ever want you to double book yourself or book yourself back to back. With the soul empowering hypnosis, this is the one that you can do virtually. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing because with soul empowering hypnosis, you can kind of tweak it to also go into past lives. You could go into future lives.
Ooh.
You can connect with your higher self. You can get that quantum healing, and it can be done virtually.
Can you help us to hop timelines?
We always hop timelines.
No, but can you help us hop to a specific timeline? Like, this is the one I'm rich in, right?
Well, there's some work we can do with that.
All right. I'm on board.
We're in.
Cool.
But you're doing the heavy lifting. So.
Oh, man. Here we go back to the aversion to work again, right?
Mid-heaven, birth chart. We'll check it out.
All right. Well, if someone wanted to reach out to you to do something like this, what's the best way for someone to do that?
Great question. So I'm actually on all the social media platforms, but my favorite is heal.me. It's a scheduling. It shows my reviews, people that I've actually worked with. I have lots of returning clients for several different modalities. Easy to book, easy to pay. You can actually book a 20-minute discovery call with me for free. And we just talk about where you're at in your journey. Like, you don't have to come to the table with like, I want this and I want this. This is the 20-minute conversation where we would talk more about where you are at, what you're comfortable with.
I've got this going on.
Yeah.
How can you not help me?
Yeah, absolutely. And even career advice. Again, being a recruiter for 18 years
Oh,
in the
yeah.
corporate world, I get people all the time, hey, I love the woo-woo, I love the magical, but can you help me with my resume? Right? The job market's awful right now. It was last year. We've got a lot of federal folks coming out, and those folks have not interviewed in 17, 18 years.
Right.
Let's work on that.
Yeah.
And then, P.S., we can pull your birth chart, and we can see what you really meant for in your career.
One-stop shopping, people.
Right? One-stop shopping. One-stop shopping.
All right. Well, so then heal.me, but how did someone find you there?
Jenny Sykes.
Okay.
Jennie, not with a Y, not with a Y. Sykes, S-I-K-E-S, like psych. See, you're Gen Xers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Xers, you may know that, right?
Psych.
Remember?
Yeah.
I remember.
The millennials are rolling their eyes.
They're
Oh
like,
boy,
what is
yeah.
that?
But
That's slap, right? The slap. Or, that's not fire.
I don't, yeah, exactly.
No
Yeah.
cap. No
Sigma.
cap.
It's Sigma.
No cap.
all right. Well, we're gonna add because we also have your email on here. I'm not. You don't want to publish your phone number because you might get some strange phone calls, but
From him.
Yes.
we'll definitely.
Well, my handles are Ascending Dawn Doula, and it's a hard one to remember because ascending, it's a hard word to spell.
Yes.
But if you think about it, ASC,
Mhm.
we're
Yeah.
ascending. Every single one of us are ascending to a bigger, more badass self. Excuse my language.
Perfect.
No, it's all good. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
Thanks for sharing us.
Thank you for
with you.
inviting me.
This
It's
is fun.
so wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for getting the courage up and coming
I
over.
did. Folks, work with the moon energy. I'm an introvert. Bet you don't know that. I'm an introvert, but I had to work with the Leo moon energy, get grounded, and then say, yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good.
All right. Thanks so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much. Thank
Definitely.
you. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. You are listening to the Skeptic Metaphysicians on NewRealityTV.com.
And we now return you to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress.